like lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. We Simon Ekpa we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Freedom now before it's too late. In unity we go they strive. Fight for freedom we go alive. With courage and strength we they fight. Mama Biafra our guiding light. Your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, oh I call no doubt. Enemies close but we stand tall. Together we rise, we no go fall.
Breaking news reaching us now, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has been arrested, extradited to Nigeria, and is right now being arraigned at the Federal High Court in Abuja. Kanu is facing charges bordering on treasonable felony instituted against him at the Federal High Court.
It was an unjust war.
Long ago, in the heart of Biafra, a nation was born from the ashes of war. A war that scarred the land and its people, yet it never killed the spirit of freedom.
The war aim of Biafra is purely to prevent ourselves being slaughtered, nothing more.
It was in this land, scarred by conflict, that Nnamdi Kanu was born, a son destined to revive the dream of independence for Biafra.
And if anybody is going to judge our success and failure in this war, it will have to depend on how much we have prevented the enemy from killing us.
Raised with the echoes of his ancestors' struggles, Kanu understood that the wounds of war ran deep in the hearts of his people. The scars from the Biafran War, which ravaged the land and cost countless lives, had never healed. The dream of an independent Biafra, broken but not forgotten, lived on in the hearts of those who survived. It was these voices, these memories, that called him to action. As Nnamdi Kanu grew, so did his voice. He became a preacher of justice, a messenger for those who were unheard. He spoke not just for his generation, but for all those whose lives were shattered by the war. The pain of the past was alive within him, and his words resonated with the cries of the oppressed. But as Kanu's message spread, so did the fear of the establishment. His calls for self-determination grew louder, shaking the very foundations of the government. They feared the revival of a Biafran spirit, one that could awaken the wounds of the past and ignite a new conflict. And so, they moved against him. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, his body captured, but his spirit unbroken. The authorities believed that imprisoning him would extinguish the fire he had started. But they failed to understand the depths of his cause. The pain of the war, the bloodshed of the past, was not something easily forgotten. It was a flame that could never be fully extinguished. His arrest became a symbol of the struggle that began in the blood-soaked fields of the Biafran War. The demand for freedom was still alive. The fight for justice continued, not just for Nnamdi Kanu, but for all the lives lost, for all the children born into a world of scars. The fight for Biafra is not just his fight. It is the fight of all those who have ever dreamed of a free land. And though the past may haunt the present, the future is still unwritten. As long as the story of Nnamdi Kanu is told, as long as the voices of his people rise, the dream of Biafra lives on. Arrested again, 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 and yet again.
I agitate for Biafra. I agitate for Biafra, my right to agitate, my right. They turned it from reasonable felony now to terrorism.
This is Nnamdi Kanu speaking. Biafra land, listen. They thought they could silence me, but they didn't just cage me. They caged your spirit. They made you forget that our land still bleeds, that our people still suffer, that nothing has changed. 5 years in chains. But what about you? Are you not free? Or have they bound your voice with fear? The struggle was never about me, it was about you, your children, your land, your future. So I ask you, where is the fire that once burned in your heart? Where is the voice that once roared for freedom? Wake up! Rise again. Speak. Act. Remember who you are. This is Nnamdi Kanu.
No fear for our land. We go stand together. Fight for freedom now. No surrender. This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose. An occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze. Face many things, we no fall. Them took a Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them country still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land.
Na Confederation Capital Territory, ebube isi ala Biafra na-ewetara unu ozi a. Ọ bụ na ịnụbeghị na ọchịchị Biafra nke Dr. Ngozi Orabeze bụ onye na-edu ya ugbu a ewepụtala ụbọchị ncheta nke ndị bụ dike n'ala Biafra. Ngwa chere ka m jụọ gị anya. A ga-echeta ndị bụ dike n'ala Biafra na Fraịde abalị 30 n'ọnwa Mee n'afọ 2025. A ga-ewepụta oge a ga-eji kwanyere ha ugwu. A ga-ekwukwa okwu ọ bụ na Washington DC ka a ga-emekwa ya n'ala Biafra. A ga-enwekwa onye nọrọ n'ụlọ ya ma ọ bụkwanụ sit at home na steeti 40 enwere n'ala Biafra gbaa gburugburu. Gaanụ na biafransecurityadministration.org were tiketi gị. Onwe ihe ị chọrọ ịmatakwu gazie na event@usbgov.org. Ọ bụ ụlọ ọrụ mgbasa ozi Confederation Capital Territory ebube United States of Biafra Government Homeland Media wetara ozi a. Maazị Sunshine si ya dịrị unu na mmụmụ Biafra.
Welcome Welcome. We have come once again, as always, to bring you information on what is happening in Biafra land. Today is Saturday weekend. Remember, we are waiting for our fundraising, which is going to start very soon. In less than 2 hours, we are going to switch over to our fundraising. But before then, we have to prepare your mind for you to know what is going on, for you to know your responsibility, for you to know the challenges, for you to know what is happening in the zoo and what is happening in the Biafra restoration, for you to know about your responsibility as you prepare to join the fundraising. The humanitarian fundraising of Biafra every Saturday is going to be taking place by 7 p.m. Biafra time. So we are going to keep you in touch. We continue to pass this information until that very moment. Please pay attention to this video as you join. Bring somebody along with you. Share. Share to all platforms, share to family and friends. Don't keep it to yourself. It is important we must carry everybody along to destroy the zoological republic called Nigeria. Let us hear what the Biafrans are saying this weekend. Biafrans are having the debate this weekend and they are speaking from all angles. Let us hear the word coming from Biafrans this very weekend. Happy weekend to every one of you. Monday is a special day for us. Another special day that we have chosen is Saturday. Saturday is a day that the Biafrans gather together to raise funds, a humanitarian fundraising to support the cause of Biafra. It is a humanitarian fundraising to support the cause of Biafra. Biafra have been declared on the 29th of November 2024. The Biafra we are talking about is a country that existed from 1967 to 1970. Nigerian government and their allies fought a brutal war with the Biafrans, a war which they fought violating all international treaty, using starvation against the Biafrans, starvation that took the life of millions of Biafran children. They took our women away, raped our women, made many children orphans, made women widows, and made men widowers. It was a genocide committed against the Biafran people. But because there is a global conspiracy, the world have refused to recognize that as genocide. A situation where millions of children died out of hunger, caused by Nigeria and their allies, the British, the Russians, the French, to an extent the United States. They were all involved in that. And these people I mentioned are the people that claim to be the world powers, that decision makers today. Then how do you expect them to recognize that as genocide? Of course they will not. And that is why the issue of Biafra is swept under the carpet, and the world is not outraged of what is still going on in Biafra land up to this moment. That genocide is still going on, even though they claim that the war ended in 1970. Through their criminal and fraudulent no victor, no vanquish, and the fake promise of the 3R, reconstruction, rehabilitation, and reintegration, which none of them was implemented. Still, Biafrans gave them the opportunity to make things right, but they refused. Instead, they continue to remind us of the atrocities they committed against us, and they continue to commit these atrocities up to today. They continue to fight the war to an extent that the chief of army staff came on national TV to declare the war again and said they are engaging in assassination warfare in Biafra land. They are engaging in jungle warfare in Biafra land. Everybody that is watching me here, everyone that has some common sense in them, know that war to a military man means war. It is not a game. It's not wrestling. It is not an entertainment. Neither is it a joke. When a uniformed man tells you that he's at war, it means war. And that is why we, the Biafrans, are not taking it lightly. From the moment they made that declaration, we had no option than to defend ourselves. And the Biafrans have been defending themselves, and we will continue to do so. That is why Saturday is a sacred day, because in self-defense of the Biafran people, we cannot defend ourselves without funding. We can't defend ourselves with only noise making and talking online. We must defend ourselves with some instruments of defense. And we have to provide that to our volunteers, fellow Biafrans who have given up their life to defend their life, their land. That is why Saturday is sacred. There is no organization funding the United States of Biafra government. There is no country funding the United States of Biafra government. The United States of Biafra government is funded by the Biafran people themselves. We have funded our freedom. So the humanitarian fundraising that is done every Saturday, 7 p.m. is very essential, and it is sacred to us. If you are a Biafran and you have not started participating, you have to start participating. Your widow's mind can go a long way. Even if you're not a Biafran and you are touched with the story of Biafra, you can join us, or you can follow our link and make a donation to the Biafran cause. The Biafran issue has been spread under the carpet for a very long time. And I bet you, the atrocities that we are committed in Biafra land, the pictures extracted from the Biafran genocide today, the United Nations, the IMF are using those pictures to raise funds. Many international organizations, the United Nations, the IMF, they are using that very pictures extracted from this genocide in Biafra land that they call a civil war, where you will see children's, their ribs popped out, their stomachs protruded. You see them with protruded stomachs. You see children's skeleton lying everywhere. Those pictures you see that they show as African children that are malnourished. That's the pictures from the civil war that was supported by the British, the French, the Russians, and to an extent the United States. Today, they use those pictures to raise funds for their own selfish interests, yet they are not addressing the issue of Biafra. The pictures are everywhere. In many international organizations, you see them using those pictures to raise money, to raise funds. And they tell you, for malnourished children in Africa. Those pictures are pictures taken from Biafran civil war. And yet, they have refused to recognize that genocide, nor talk about it, nor make sure it comes at an end. That is how bad it is. And that is why it has become necessary that we, the Biafrans, take it upon ourselves to tell our story. Because we believe there are still some sensible people out there. There are still some reasonable human beings out there. There are people that still have conscience in the United Kingdom, in the United States, in Russia, in French. There are still people that have conscience. And as we continue to speak up, doing his own work for us, the time has come for that genocide to be addressed and for that genocide to come to an end, because it is still going on as we speak. The atrocities that is happening in Nigeria today cannot be oversized. It's unfortunate that the international media do not talk about it. The conventional media do not report it because they are being gagged and told not to report it. You can only get information from the social media. A country where hundreds of people are losing their life on a daily basis. And as we speak, in the northern part of Nigeria, I have mentioned places here, villages, hundreds of villages taken over by the terrorists, completely under their control. And the government doesn't care about that. Kidnapping is still ongoing in the northern part of Nigeria, more especially. People are dying, places are taken over, the terrorists are collecting tax from people, completely in control of areas. The government is not worried about that. They don't care about that. But what we see is that they take their Tucano jet they bought from the US and they go to Biafra land continue to bomb the people that said they do not want to be part of this intimidation anymore. The people that are trying to protect themselves are making a genuine demand of self-determination. Self-determination. People that have called on Nigeria that has expired since 2014. The Nigerians have expired since 2014. Nigeria expired. According to their master British, the instruction they gave them that after 100 years, Nigeria has to be renegotiated. Because from the first instance, Nigeria was never one country. Nigeria is the amalgamation of different people, people of different value system, different ethnic groups. They were forced to be together. Amalgamation of different countries. About 3 major countries that we know, we are forced to match together as Nigeria. And those people that committed that atrocity told them that after 100 years, they can come back together and renegotiate. And that 100 years have expired since 2014. And no negotiation was done. Biafrans are calling for at least a referendum for people to decide their fate. An international organization has also weighed in to ask for a referendum for the Biafran people, but Nigerian government refused blatantly, instead commit atrocities against their indigenous people, indigenous citizens. They continue to commit atrocities against them. But as it may be, the Biafran people have had enough. And Biafran people have walked out of Nigeria. They decided to make the declaration on the 29th of November 2024. It is not just a declaration. It was a plan coming all the way from Nnamdi Kanu. A request made genuinely, unarmed, legitimate, genuine, democratic request that was made all the way from Nnamdi Kanu, a genuine democratic request of self-determination through a referendum. They refused it. The Biafran people went ahead and conducted a referendum, self-referendum, and more than 50 million people, most 60 million people voted to get out of Nigeria. And the United States of Biafra government got that mandate for declaration. On the 29th of November, that declaration was made. From then onward, Biafra became a sovereign state. Today, we know very well that we cannot operate as an island. We have to operate with other countries of the world. And that is why Biafra today is seeking for recognition from countries of the world, countries that matters. Letters have been written to many countries of the world, which the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Nnamdi announced openly, and I shared most of them on my program. Countries that have been informed officially, including Nigerian government, have been officially written about the declaration of the United States of Biafra. But as you know, the slave master will not go out without a fight. We continue to pursue recognition, and we will continue to do so until it is fully recognized. And while we are pursuing the recognition, the restoration of Biafra fully on the ground is still ongoing. And that is where the Liberation Army is playing their role to secure our land, because the primary objective of every government is to protect life and property of its own people. So the primary objective of Biafran government today is to protect life and properties of its own people in our territory. And how do we do that? We do that using our Liberation Army to defend our people and protect them. And the Biafran people fund them through our humanitarian fundraising that we do every Saturday. So if you are touched with the situation of Biafra, we have links on our flyers. The donation is being made online. Whether you're a Biafran or non-Biafran, you are touched, you can make your donation to the cause of humanity. That is what it is. When we ask for the disintegration of Nigeria, it is to save life. It is for humanity. It is not out of envy, jealousy, greed, or hatred. No. It is not because of our resources, not because of marginalization or whatever. It is to save life. That is why we are doing what we are doing, to save life. And if you care about human life on this planet Earth, it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter your location. If you care about humanity, you must support the disintegration of Nigeria. All we are asking is that people that have the same value system should be on their own, grow in their own space at their own speed. The simple request. Let the Oduduwa people grow in their own space at their own speed. Let the Arewa people grow in their own space at their own speed. Let the Biafrans grow in their own space at their own speed. The way we were before the British came together and merged countries together. Forced countries to be together. Today, there is clash of interest. And it is that clash of interest that has made it impossible for Nigeria to succeed. The clash of interest has made it impossible for Nigeria to succeed. And it will never, ever, ever. It doesn't matter what you wish or what you pray, how you pray, or whatever devices you do, or whoever becomes the president, it will never succeed because of the clash of interest. The value system is not the same. There are some sections that prefer to be in a caliphate and they want to practice it alone. There is nothing wrong with what they want to practice. There is nothing wrong with them being a caliphate, but it should be among people who are willing to go along with that. And there are people that prefer to be on a secular system. There's nothing wrong with being a secular system, but you cannot force others to join you and do what you want to do. That is why the only solution remains: every region should be on their own, practice the system they want to practice so that they can grow and have a healthy competition. We have seen countries divide along tribal lines in the Western world. We have seen countries divide along tribal lines in Asia, in Europe, in America. We have seen people create countries according to value system, and it works perfectly well. There are numerous examples out there in Europe. There are numerous examples in Asia, numerous examples in the United States. But yet, when we ask for this genuine way of solving the situation in Nigeria, people see us as troublemakers. The Western world instigate hate against us. They push the global conspiracy against the Biafran cause. And they go ahead to call our leaders terrorists. This is what we have been seeing and continue to see. But I bet you, the name tag you give to us will not stop us from speaking. The name tag you give to us will not stop us, because from the onset we knew that our enemy would never call us a good name. You give the dog a bad name to kill it. That we know already. But we will stop, and we're not going to stop. That is why the conspiracy is still ongoing. You look at Nnamdi Kanu in Nigerian court with no evidence whatsoever. Nigerian government violated all international laws, all humanitarian laws, all human rights laws. They violated it, and they took Nnamdi Kanu in. They boldly brought him to their court, a shrine of injustice in Nigeria. That is where today they are trying Nnamdi Kanu, while the whole world is watching. In the same vein today, our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, have also been given name as a terrorist. And the Finnish authority today, playing along with Nigeria, with Nigerian strategy, is implementing the same thing, calling our Prime Minister a terrorist. An innocent citizen that have lived in that land for many years, served them on different ramifications, including their politics, was a counselor, served in their military. A lawyer that has a law firm in Finland. How do you think that such a person will be going against international laws? Today, the right of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, is abused in Finland. The arrest of Simon Ekpa is against human rights. And we are still watching them and looking at what they will say. It's been 6 months and still counting today. They brought some flimsy charges against him. They say he's instigating violence. The same charges that was placed on Nnamdi Kanu is what they're placing on Simon Ekpa. The same charges. A charge placed by Nigerian government that we know that have zero in human rights. Zero in human rights. That is the country that Finland is putting hands together to prosecute our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. And up to this moment, we are still waiting for them to fix a date of the court. They are only telling us maybe within the month, by the ending of the month, within a short space of time. They are not giving us a concrete time. And just the same way Nigeria, we are dancing with the accusations, with their charges on Nnamdi Kanu. The same way they were dancing with their charges against Nnamdi Kanu. That is what they are doing today. That is the same way they are dancing around charges against Simon Ekpa. Just of recent, they have added one charges again. They included the invasion of tax to the case of our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. They have included invasion of tax. Exactly the same template Nigeria we are playing is what Finland is doing today. Remember the case of Nnamdi Kanu? Many charges were thrown out. From 17, they returned it to 8. From 8, they returned it to 2. From 2 to 1. At a stage, they were all removed. Later, they brought the charges back again and made it 7 and started afresh. The same template. At a stage, they charged Nnamdi Kanu of treasonable felony. Later, they said it was terrorism. Later, they said incited. The same thing. Today, they brought invasion of tax to the case of Simon Ekpa. And they have not yet given us the date. We are watching. They told us of human rights abuse. People that claim to have a high standard of human rights today, they are abusing the rights. And I always say it, that it is clear to us that human rights abuse against the Biafrans does not amount to human rights abuse. Genocide against the Biafrans does not amount to genocide. And this is a global conspiracy. It is playing out without a doubt. But I bet you, they cannot stop us no matter how they try. We will continue to do what we have to do for the safety and security of our land. We have worked out, and the primary objective of the United States of Biafra government today under Dr. Moses Reze is to protect life and property, and that we must do. This month is a very important month. Very, very important. Remember, it is May. 30th is our Heroes' Day. The day we remember our heroes on the 30th. It's also a peace summit. And it is a day we are going on the international stage. The highest stage you can talk about, Washington, D.C., where the whole thing is happening. That is where the embassy of the United States of Biafra will be opened on the 30th. I want us to hear this before we proceed.
No fear for our land. We go stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender. This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently. simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
Face many things, we no fall. Them took a Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go fall, we go stand. In unity, we hold the land. From
USB, peace, unity, progress, and equity. Ndewo no ụmụ Igbo, ndewo no ụmụ Biafra, ndewo no ndị be anyị na mpaghara ụwa niile. Gọọmenti USB, United States of Biafra, site n'aka our DPM Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, na-akpọ ndị USB niile na mpaghara mba niile nke n'ụwa, na-asị na anyị nwere ihe dị oke mkpa, ọgbakọ dị oke ụtọ nke a ga-eme na Washington DC na 30th of May 2025. Unu amarugo na 30th of May 2025 nwere ugwoji ndị niile bụ ndị Biafra, ya bụ iji wee cheta the day of our heroes and the heroesses. Ndị niile bụ ndị darụ maka inwere onwe nke anyị na-azọ, ma ndị ka nọ na-ada ma ndị bi n'ime ọfịa, ma ụmụazị ya nwụrụ anwụ, ndị eji ọnụ wee gbagbuo. Anyị wee na-asị na DPM na nke a omego ya ọzọ dịka o si eme ya site na gọọmenti United States of Biafra. A na-akpọ ụmụ Biafra niile na-ekwu n'ụbọchị ahụ na ọ bụrụ sọsọ maka you heroes and heroesses, na anyị ga-eji ohere a wee mepee our first very embassy, nke bụ embassy izizi nke ndị United States of Biafra, ya nke ndị Igbo na-akpọ ụlọ nnọchi anya na Washington DC nke United States of America. Njem a ga-ebido na 3 p.m. Biafra time wee kwụsị na 10 a.m. United States time. O wee na-asị onye ọbụla bụ onye Biafra, ebe ọbụla ị nọ, ihe Biafra na-adị gị mma, ịbụ oyi Biafra, ịbụ onye eziokwu na-adị mma, ịbụ onye nnwere onwe na-atọ ụtọ, ịbụ onye kwadoro ihe anyị na-eme, ka ịgba ya bụ tiketi ka ụzọ gị bụrụ na Washington DC na that 30th of May 2025, ka i wee nọnyere ụmụ Biafra, ka anyị wee nọnyere onwe anyị, ka anyị wee kwado our gọọmenti n'ihe ọma, ọrụ ọma ha na-arụ, iji wee fụ na anyị nwere onwe anyị site n'aka ndị omekome na ndị ogbu ara ọbara nke bịakwutere ịnara anyị wee na-asị na our DPM jikwa ohere a wee mekwe ya ka o doo anya na onye ọbụla nke na-abịa ya bụ njem ma rụkwa na akpa iji bịa amasị gị wee baa n'ebe a na-eme ife. Ihe o ji wee dị otu a bụ na ndị omekome akarịala. Ihe o ji wee dịkwa otu a bụ na your security is in your hands. Ebe ọbụla ị rarụrụ ụgbọ ọbụla iji wee bịa ebe ahụ ka akpa gị ga-anọ, maka na ndị sekuriti bụ ndị nchekwa ga-eji igwe wee na-eche ga-arụ wee marụ na ihe ị bịara bụ ihe ị bịara, wee marụ na o nwere ihe ọbụla itinyere n'ahụ gị. Ya mere sọsọ ihe ga-eso gị wee baa na ebe a na-eme ihe bụ onwe gị na mobile phone gị, ya bụ ekwentị nke ndị Igbo kpọrọ ekwentị. Ya mere ụmụnne m, ka ihe anyị na-eche onye ọbụla gbakọwa akpa gị ka anyị wee jee wee kwado onwe anyị wee kwado ọwa gọọmenti wee jụọ ajụjụ ọbụla nke na-agbagwoju anyị anya ma kwukwe ma tụkwa aro nke ga-abara anyị uru wetakwe nke bụ ego maka na ihe anyị nọ kịta bụ iji ego. Ụmụnne m ndị Biafra ndị na-eme ihe siri ike ka anyị jeenụ ka anyị kwado onwe anyị ka anyị jeenụ ka anyị kwado gọọmenti anyị ka anyị jeenụ ka anyị tụọrụ Chukwu okike ọbịa ma mma maka o wezi anyị ekpere. USB, peace, unity, progress and equity.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for being there with me. I appreciate everyone that has connected so far. Thank you for listening. This very announcement is a very important one. Remember, we have just about 6 days more for this very occasion, 6 days more for the Heroes Day, the opening of our diplomatic mission in Washington, D.C., the capital of the world, where everything is happening, where the whole decision makers are. That is where we are going. It is no longer talking on social media or shouting or this thing. We are now going to where it happens. Remember what our Prime Minister said, that after all this noise making, it will end on the round table. In as much as many people must have lost their life and many people will risk losing their life, but it will end on round table. That is why it is important that we be at that top. So on that 30th, if you have not yet gotten your ticket, I don't know what you are waiting for. More especially Biafrans in the United States. We have millions of Biafrans in the United States. If you have not yet gotten your ticket, I don't know what you're waiting for. Washington, D.C. is where it's going to happen. And that day, we are going to stream it live. 3 p.m. Biafran time. We will stream it so that people who cannot be able to come across the world can watch it and see it. There is also a Zoom that has been sent out. Go to the platform of our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Musa Rebeze. You're going to see the Zoom. That day, you can log in through the Zoom so that you can witness everything that happens. There are many guests that are coming, international guests that will come. And security will be very, very tight. Security will be very tight. There will be security men, armed security men to secure that very area. You know what we are going through. You know what it is when you're fighting for your freedom. Security will be very tight. And anybody that is coming, remember, you will not be allowed to enter the hall with any bag. You must not come there with any bag. It doesn't matter how small it is. It doesn't matter how big it is. No bag will be allowed into the hall. So for those who are ready and prepared, who have already bought their ticket, nobody will be allowed to enter the hall with anything. Get it and get it right. Nobody will be allowed to enter the hall with anything at all. It will not be allowed. Any bag. Don't come with your bag. Those of you that love their handbag so much, both men and women, keep it aside. You can keep it in your hotel, or you can keep it in your car if you come with your car. But you will not be allowed to enter there with anything like a bag. Only your phone. Only your phone will be allowed. Take note of that and don't forget it. These informations are very important. So, having said this, we are going fully into the program of today. It is weekend, and you can look at there. You see the topic I choose here. It says, it's easy to dodge our responsibility, but we cannot dodge the consequence of dodging our responsibility. It's easy to dodge our responsibility, but we cannot dodge the consequence of dodging our responsibility. When we discuss this, I want us to focus on the global community and also to Biafrans. Today, you can see the world is dodging the responsibility of the crime committed in Biafra land. When I say the world, I mean the United States, the United Kingdom, the Russians, the French. They are dodging. They are dodging the responsibility. They don't want to take the responsibility for what they caused to Biafran people with Nigerian government, supporting a terrorist government against Biafrans. But the consequence of that, the consequence, they can never dodge it. They can't dodge the consequence. The atrocities that the Nigerian government committed against the Biafrans, today they are reaping and facing the consequence, and they can't dodge it. They can never. It doesn't matter how they try. In the same vein, you come to Biafran struggle. You as a Biafran, if you fail to take responsibility today to support the United States of Biafra, if you fail to give your support, to Dr. Ngozi Oreboweze today, I bet you cannot dodge the consequence of that your action. If you fail to support the defense of Biafran land, you cannot dodge the consequence. You cannot. If you like, pray, wish it away. Oh, and when we talk, they say, oh, God forbid. Your God forbid cannot save you. Your prayer cannot save you. The only thing that can save you is taking responsibility for the crime you have committed, or taking responsibility where you need to take responsibility. So while we are discussing this, look at it broadly on different angles and speak on the area you want to speak. And also open for other discussions that you want to share with us. As I always said, the only thing that qualifies you to join us on this platform, on this discussion, is for you to be a human being. Have conscience. It doesn't matter your ideology. We are not here to gag you. You are entitled to your opinion. If you have a superior argument, bring it on. There are people here to respond. The members of the government of Biafra are on this platform and they are watching us. The Secretary of Information is observing this platform. The Deputy Prime Minister is following up on this platform. Whatever you say will go a very long way. If there are differences, if there are corrections to be made, it will be made. If it requires response, if my response wouldn't be enough, members of the cabinet are watching and they will come and respond to you. So use this opportunity and use it wisely. I welcome my beloved brothers and sisters who have joined me. I can see my beloved sister Ojugo is already there. Thank you so much for joining my beloved sister Ojugo. I can see my brother Okuchukwu Leo. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you all for being part of this program. And we are kicking off, starting from our beloved sister Ojugo. My beloved sister Ojugo, take the mic and speak. After you, then Okechukwu will now take the mic. Okuchukwu. My sister Ojugo, the mic. Go ahead. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, my sister Ojugo. I think she's not there. If she's not there, maybe she's having some difficulties. She just went out of the table. So let me go to my brother Okuchukwu. My brother Okuchukwu Leo, go ahead and speak to us. Let's hear you. Unmute yourself.
My brother, Truth Survivor.
You're welcome, my brother.
Happy to see you today.
Great. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Biafra. All over the world. Today is a happy day in Biafra land. No matter how difficult it may be, we remain a happy people. And we are not moved. We are not deterred by any means, by anything that our enemies are propagating against us. We are not deterred. We are moving ahead. And I'm using this opportunity to say very good thanks and good greeting to our able DPM and her cabinet, the media warriors, every goodwill Biafran who knows what it takes to fight for freedom. I greet everyone. May Chukwu Okeabiama guide us through.
You see?
Based on your topic this morning, truly is unavoidable. Is unavoidable. No matter how you think of it, it's unavoidable. In the past, the West have failed us, neglect us, trashed us out as nobody. But today, they are feeling the heat gradually. And surely they will take responsibility sooner than later. I believe so. Because things are not the way it used to be. Things are not moving the way it used to be to them. They know that things are changing. They know that things are changing. It's not like old time. Even though they are still hoping to maintain their ground on one Nigeria in order to continue to make us, to subjugate us, to suppress us, and to deny us our rights. But definitely, what will be, will be. And to us Biafrans, to be honest, I, Okuchukwu, as a person, I live in Izu here. I know how I live with my neighbors. Hide and seek. When you speak, they ask you to shut up. Even my own Biafran brothers, they will call you name, try to bring in security personnel to arrest you for speaking out. But after all said and done, what will be, will be.
Definitely.
What will be, will be. I thank God for some of you who are privileged to be outside the country and can speak freely, that can voice out freely without hindrance. We look up to you people for survival. We look up to you people for a better Biafra tomorrow. We hope and we believe without doubt in our mind that we have a better tomorrow. We hope and we believe that tomorrow is great in Biafra land. Nevertheless, I urge my sisters and brothers of Biafra extracts, especially those who are in social media, bantering wars with our leader. I want to tell them, and I want to assure them, whatever you do today, whatever you do today is the name you will answer tomorrow. Whatever that you do today, the action you took today will be your name tomorrow in Biafra land. It's undeniable fact. We pray for peace, love, progress, and unity. We pray for freedom. We pray for love of one another. Good integration, understanding. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, sometimes say in the past that in whichever way that you can contribute, can impute into making Biafra work, do it. In whichever way you can make Biafra to work, do it. But today, some of our brothers, all they do is to go to social media and counter every move that the leader makes without suggesting way forward. I urge them to retrace their steps now and use this window being on 30th. If they can, use this window being on 30th, realign their way with the USB government so that this government will move faster than we expect. I believe if every hand is on deck, moving in one direction, Biafra's sovereignty is at hand. We do not need distraction this time around from anyone. And we cannot fall back. Rather, we will forge ahead. Ndị Igbo sị na ịla azụ bụ ọnwụ, ịga n'iru bụ ndụ. Anyị amala azụ kịta maka na anyị ada anwụ anwụ. Anyị ga-aga n'ihu. We cannot fall back. We have left that stage and we cannot go back to it. There is a time when we are in autopilot. There is a time when we are in IPOB. But gradually, we left all that stage and get to Briggy. And Briggy ushered in this USB. After redeclaration of Biafra. Why should we fall back again? Fall back on what? Ịga n'iru bụ ndụ. Anyị agaghị aga azụ. N'aha Chukwu oke abịam. Anyị ga na-aga n'ihu na anyị agaghị ala azụ. Thank you, my brother, true survivor. Keep your good work. Continue to sensitize us. Continue to educate us. Those of us who are not always on social media, for some time to time, we talk to you people and we hear the progress and the actions that you guys put on, and we always smile and have hope. Thank you, my brother. Long live the United States of Biafra.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Each time when you come, you're always on spotlight, and you hit it where it is. You have just said it. which is exactly the message we are passing. Some of us who don't know where to channel their energy. You exhaust your time. All you do is to on your camera and you bring your brother's video, your sister's video. You said you are analyzing. You say you are analyzing. You are telling lies upon lies upon lies. And this is what you do every day, wasting your garden time. Why don't you spend that time to analyze the atrocities of Nigerian government against your own people? The global conspiracy against your own people. Why don't you analyze that? Look at the revolution that is happening today in the Sahara region. Have you finished the analysis? Have you finished analyzing the atrocities of the West against your people and what they are trying to do to stop your freedom? It is a shame, a very big shame, that somebody would dedicate his own time only to come and waste that time. Sometimes when I look at the number of hours these people waste, I shed tears. These are hours that you can commit to a genuine cause, and the world will hear our voice and hear us louder. And some of them have audience. Some of these people have audience. Just like during the time of Master Simon Ekpa, a Finnish journalist went to Nigeria. A Finnish journalist went to Nigeria to investigate the atrocities of Nigerian government against the Biafrans. The investigation was to see the situation of the Biafran people. When this journalist got to Nigeria, the one they called a more powerful was reached. Instead of that man, instead of that thing, or whatever I call himself, to use that opportunity and propagate the true situation of the Biafran people, what did he do? He was busy speaking about our Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa, that Master Simon Ekpa is not a member of IPOB. That was the only thing that concerns him. And this idiot forgot that IPOB simply means the indigenous people of Biafra. Whether you belong to the organization or not, you are an IPOB member. You are an IPOB member.
Yeah.
You had an opportunity to propagate Biafra to an international media that came to investigate in Biafra land. All you could do is to waste that opportunity talking about your own brother. And at the same time, you are carrying a banner of your brother on your head. IPOB. Every single one of us, whether you are part of the organization or not, you are IPOB by birth. As long as you're from the old southeastern region, the present south-south, southeast, lower Kogi, lower Benue, your mother ties 2 pieces of wrapper, you are IPOB by birth. But this man, instead of using that opportunity to propagate Biafra and tell the world what is going on, the only thing he found that bothers him is that his brother is not his brother. What a shame. What a shame. And up to today, some people are still doing that. Some people are still doing that. When you create a platform and you are able to get an audience, your primary objective should be to propagate the gospel, except you open your platform for comedy. There are people that open their own for comedy. I can understand that. Go ahead with your comedy. There are people that open their own platform for a different purpose. But you open a platform, some of them with that name and title, Biafra. But what do you do there? You spend good number of hours talking about your own brother, destroying what you are supposed to build. How do you explain that? How do you explain that? You see what that one called more powerful did in Nigeria. It is the reason today why Finland can have the audacity. Finland can have the audacity to say that Mazi Simon Ekpa belonged to a terrorist organization. Because Nigerian government proscribed you and I, IPOB. That is where Finland derived that. To tell you that Mazi Simon Ekpa is a member of a terrorist organization. Even though they know that no other country in the world, no organization in the world see us as terrorists except Nigeria. Except Nigeria. But because Finland have now bought into that Nigerian criminality, they are holding their hand based on the reports they got from that one that called himself Human Powerful. That was supposed to propagate Biafra. He was there, busy demonizing Mazi, and he thought he was doing to Mazi. He didn't know he was doing himself. He didn't know he was doing himself. And some Biafran today that are rejoicing. You are rejoicing in the situation of Mazi. I bet you, whichever country you find yourself on this planet Earth can equally use that thing you are talking about Mazi to hold you. When they say injustice against one is injustice against all, you don't understand it. When you hear that word, injustice against one is injustice against all, you don't understand it. You think it's just because of the person who is involved. Because your own brother is not involved yet. You don't see it as injustice. Look at what is happening to Nnamdi Kanu. And some people are playing games with it. You see them on social media, they laugh about it. Including our fellow Biafrans. Up to today, I just watched one of the idiots on VOP still explaining the situation of Nnamdi Kanu, that Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. You can imagine. This was a man that the military went to his house to take his life, and every one of us watched it live. Most of us, if not all of us, we watched it live when it was happening, when the military went to invade his house to take his life. In the process, 28 able men, Biafrans, lost their life. Jack, the dog, was killed. Nnamdi Kanu narrowly escaped death for his life. And today, even an Igbo man was captured on a television saying that Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. This case has been also called up in the court, and the court affirmed with Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail, that he only ran for his life. A court in Nigeria affirmed that Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. But even after that affirmation from the court, people, individuals, Biafrans, still join the enemy to cook up the issue of bail and bring out jumping of bail. That is how bad it is. But are we going to stop? We are not going to stop. We will continue to do what we have to do. And we will continue to sensitize our people. And it is only because this mandate is not of man. It is mandate of God himself. He has a mandate to restore his own nation, Biafra. And there is no man that can stop it. That is why Nnamdi Kanu say Biafra will come in such a way that no man will take glory. So you wouldn't say it is because of what you did or what I did that brought it. It will come through the grace of Chukwu, which the time has already matured. All we need to do is to be focused, consistent in what we are doing, and I bet you the result will be unimaginable very, very soon. My sister Ojugo, are you there? Are you there, my sister Ojugo? She might be busy. Why is it difficult today for our sister to get in? Okay, while we wait for her to come, you see, when we are talking about the global conspiracy, the reason there is this global conspiracy is because of the resources we have in Biafra land. In most time also, we have come here to say that everything we are seeing today, the attack against us, is because of the resources we have. And finally, we have been proven right by the Finland authorities. We have been proven right. I am going to show you a post that was made by the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orebweze. I want you to pay attention to this post, and you will understand why the Finland authority decided to violate international law, decided to abuse the right of man, Simon Ekpa, for their own economic interests. And we say this world is operating according to interest. It's about what you get. As long as your interest is covered, human rights no longer works. They ignore human rights as long as their interest is protected. Now I want you to watch closely so that you can understand the situation. On the post of our Deputy Prime Minister, she wrote, "Remove Simon and get the deal." Remove Simon and get the deal. That is the deal Nigerian government reached with Finland. And she went down to write, "Is this part of the deal?" The Finland Foreign Affairs Minister noted on their website that Simon Ekpa is blocking bilateral deal with Finland and Nigeria. The reason they decided to violate international law and abuse the right of man, Simon Ekpa, is because of a deal. And now I want you to see the deal. This is the deal that made them to violate every international law. Read it for yourself. Finnish firm banks deal to build 30 megawatt power plant on Victoria Island, Lagos. Finnish firm banks deal to build 30 megawatt power plants on Victoria Island, Lagos. These are the reasons why the Finnish authorities have ignored every human right of their own citizens. And they are ready to tag him with anything they like. Today, they brought another charge and they said tax invasion. That our prime minister invaded tax. They have never told us what, how, why now, and where is that coming from. So when you see these charges, they are trying by all means to see a way to indict him, because they know already that the case of incitement and being member of terrorist group is dead on arrival. When you look at the case of Nnamdi Kanu, the way it unfolds in Nigeria, judging for the fact that every evidence they say they collected from Nigeria, it was Nigerian government that furnished them. They worked hand in hand. And you see the way Nigerian government is fumbling on the same case in their own country, you will understand that the case is dead on arrival. And what they are doing today now is to look for a means to indict him by all means necessary. They must get something on him. And today they are adding tax invasion. And they have not yet told us the exact time when it's going to appear in court. Look at it. The Guardian. Finnish firm backs deal to build 30 megawatt power plant on Victoria Island. This is what it's all about. The deal. It's all about their own interests. It's all about their own interest. Every time you look at the West, their attitude towards African countries, the attitude of the West towards African countries is always based on the deal, the gains they have to make, on their own interests. They don't care about you. They don't care about what their so-called human rights, which they themselves preach. They don't care about it. As long as the issue has to do with the Africans, more especially Biafrans, human rights no longer matters. They will take away your rights and trash it to the dustbin. They don't care. They will take away your rights, trash it. They can commit genocide. They don't care. As long as the resources in your land continue to flow to them. Now, as they continue to buy deals, Now you understand why the Finnish authorities are working hard to make sure they hold our Prime Minister down. Remove Simon and get the deal. And our Prime Minister, Deputy Prime Minister, ask, is this part of the deal? The Finland Foreign Affairs Minister noted on their website that Simon Ekpa is blocking bilateral deal between Finland and Nigeria. Of course, this is part of the deal. Without being told, you will understand that this, what you just saw, is part of the deals, and many that are going to unfold very soon. You know, we are following them. Anyone that they bring, we come here and we share it with the Biafran people. And we will continue to do so until we get the source. Until we are completely out of this entity called the zoo. You're welcome, my brother Greg. Thank you so much for joining, my brother Greg. Go ahead and take the mic, my brother Greg. Let's hear from you, Greg.
Good afternoon, Mazichus.
You're welcome, my brother. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, our sister Ojugo, and the brother in the house. My greetings to all the Biafrans, and my prayers to our leader, Master Nnamdi Kanu, and the Master Simon Ekpa. Our prayer to them is they will surely gather. But because they did not gather in righteousness, because they gather destroy the innocent one, because they gather unjust against the Biafrans, against Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu, they will surely scatter. Because they are the thousands that will fall, and 10,000 will fall. And Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu and all the Biafrans will be alive and stand and see the reward of Finland and all the vultures in Nigeria and in Africa combined. That is our prayer, because they will overcome. May God never abandon his people. That is our prayers. Yes, Mazi. You know, we will continue, because the enemy is not sleeping. Let me start from the last this thing he post from Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, our DPM. You know, for Finland to go and take our PM, is supposed to understand that there is something that is fishing. They were looking for something to hold, to get something from Nigeria. They were looking for a very big deal in Nigeria all this while. They have not gotten it. So Nigeria have been facing America and the British. So they had the opportunity to use Mazi Simon Ekpa, our PM, to have a deal. So when Simon was fighting for his people, he was thinking that he had friends from the president of the Finland, Mr. Alex. Little did he know that there is no white friend. If you see what is happening in America today, you will understand that Allen Mox have a deal to fight against the government of South Africa, because he feels that some white in South Africa take their land have been taken from them, if that is true. So he have no option. He got the opportunity and swim into Trump. and know that Trump is the person he will use to do the job in South Africa. He cannot use Biden because Biden was one of the person that fought against the apartheid in South Africa. So when Alemos was coming to fight to make sure that Trump won the 2000, not that he loved Trump so much, but he feared that he going to have the same.
We lost your voice. We can't hear you. We lost your voice.
You cannot hear me again?
Okay, we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you now. Go ahead.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead now.
Okay. So when you look what is happening, you will know that the Western can never have any love for you, except if they're getting what they want. It doesn't matter you are a black. It doesn't matter if you are a white. Their target is their target. They always have ambition of what they want, and that thing they want, as long as it's not their own, they must make sure, as long as they do not harm them, they will make sure they don't care about you. They will do everything they can to go and get it, and use you and get what they want. That is what is happening today, and that is why some Africans are supporting the Burkina Faso president, the military man. Because when the white came, when they come, they present to you something that you will be looking at that particular picture, and you think that is where they are going, but they have a different mind. There is an interview I watched this guy Okechukwu, this Igbo guy Okechukwu in US, when they interviewed him in one radio this thing, when he was describing the kind of thing the West are doing in Africa, especially in the French country. So when Simon Ekpa was doing all these things, if I tell you with all my mind, I know that Finland will one day disappoint them when they have any interest in Nigeria. I'm telling you before God and man, because I live with them, worked with them, they can never change. That is the fact. So that even the white one, the woman that have a child with you, can never go against their land. It is not possible. So that is if you are marrying a white or marrying a whatever, and you think that she will, because of the love she has for you, and go against their land, it is 0%. That is what you must know. So, but the only thing that we have as a problem is the so-called our people don't understand it. Look at what the whole so-called the IPOB and DOS are doing. When they were writing petitions against Simon Ekpa, they thought they were doing Simon Ekpa harm. They are doing themselves harm because they will all be brought to books. If IPOB is some international terrorists today, they are all involved. So, because they are not no, they are doing themselves. So all those things they are doing, all this so-called IPOB, and the thing they are doing, they are saying that the Simon Ekpa is not IPOB, they are writing petition, they go all those things. See, when a Finland man went to Africa and Nigeria, the opportunity for them to explain what we are going through in the hands of Nigeria and the info, and why we are doing what we are doing, it doesn't matter who is doing it. They turned against Simon Ekpa and lied against him that he is killing his people, that Simon Ekpa is an IPOB. Before Simon Ekpa entered IPOB, Nigerian government have proscribed IPOB as a terrorist organization. Even when they don't have any, when they don't have even machetes in their hands. So what we are fighting are the wickedness of our own Biafra people in the moment. I will continue saying it. It's not the Fulanis that is our problem. We, the Biafrans, are our problem. Because wickedness and pride and jealousy is what is holding us down. Somebody knows what he cannot do and they want to force himself to do it. Somebody wants to be in the position, whether he knows how to do it or he doesn't know how to do it. And he will be complaining against Nigeria. And that is the same thing, the same medicine Nigeria is using against themselves. You see? So, what are we talking about? What we are talking about is our people should stop their wickedness and their jealousy. Our people should stop their evil. Our people should stop their envy. Our people should stop betraying their own. Our people should know how to defend their own. Because Nnamdi Kanu, we will always take him as an example. I remember Nnamdi Kanu is the worst enemy and one of the people that is causing our problem. But when Nigerian government throw him into prison, Nnamdi Kanu come and wake up and said, even though we know that he's our enemy fighting against what we are doing, we will not leave him for Nigeria to destroy him. We will fight against Nigeria because he's not the only person that is corrupt in Nigeria. Then we should release him. And he gave Buhari mandate that if he did not do it, that he will see what Nnamdi Kanu will do. And Nnamdi Kanu was released. They brought him out. So, the same thing he did it to Fada Mbaka. When they were attacking him, Nnamdi Kanu said, we will not leave him. If anybody attack Mbaka, we will attack that person. He never leave his own, even when they not agree together. So that is what they should emulate. And that is what Nnamdi Kanu is doing. But because of these people, some came, they don't even understand what they came to do. Some came because of pride. Some came because of my friend they come. Some came because the Nigerian government paid them to come and distract what we are doing. So that is why we will always fight and work, attempt and open our eyes and know what is on the left and the side of what we are doing. Because a lot of people are evil. They did not come to fight to get Biafra. They come to be in the position. If they're not in the position, everything let it scatter. They don't care. Because they don't know the value of the freedom they are talking about. So that is what we are suffering. And we will continue fighting until we overcome that evil that is in our people. We have no other option than to continue fighting them. Because I believe today the number of them are not much now. I'm not saying that they're not there. They're still there. But the number that we are there when Nnamdi Kanu was there, they are reducing them small. They are dropping them one by one. I believe that God will help, that Nnamdi Kanu will come out, Simon Ekpa will come out, and from there they will remove the remaining one that are in what we are doing, and then Biafra will come. So our prayer is that before Biafra come, let those evil people be dropped, because we cannot carry those kind of people to Biafra and to work for Biafra. They will destroy and make us to go back to Nigeria again. So, my brother, we'll continue. Thank you for your work. I'm heading to our physical meeting today. We are going to have a meeting in our liaison office. So that is where I'm going. So I will be listening. God bless you.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you as always. Thank you, my brother. You've been doing a great job, even when you are busy at work, on the road. You are always making your contribution. We appreciate you and thank you so much. That is what is supposed to be done. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching us from, I want you to tighten up your seatbelt and remember there is no going back. It doesn't matter what the enemies are doing. It doesn't matter what they say. There is no going back.
For our land, we go stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender. This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently, simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political views. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
dị na Confederation Capital Territory, ebube isi ala Biafra na-ewetara unu ozi a. Ọ bụ na ịnụbeghị na ọchịchị Biafra nke Dr. Ngozi Orabeze bụ onye na-edu ya ugbu a ewepụtala ụbọchị ncheta nke ndị bụ dike n'ala Biafra. Ngwa chere ka m jụọ gị anya. A ga-echeta ndị bụ dike n'ala Biafra na Fraịde abalị 30 n'ọnwa Mee n'afọ 2025. A ga-ewepụta oge a ga-eji kwanyere ha ugwu. A ga-ekwukwa okwu ọ bụ na Washington DC ka a ga-emekwa ya n'ala Biafra. A ga-enwekwa onye nọrọ n'ụlọ ya ma ọ bụkwanụ sit at home na steeti 40 enwere n'ala Biafra gbaa gburugburu. Gaanụ na biafransecurityadministration.org were tiketi gị. Onwe ihe ị chọrọ ịmatakwu gazie na event@usbgov.org. Ọ bụ ụlọ ọrụ mgbasa ozi Confederation Capital Territory ebube United States of Biafra Government Homeland Media wetara ozi a. Maazị Sunshine si ya dịrị unu na mmụmụ Biafra.
SB, peace, unity, progress, and equity. Ndewono ụmụ Igbo, ndewono ụmụ Biafra, ndewono ndị be anyị na mpakala ụwa niile. Gọọmenti USB, United States of Biafra, site n'aka our DPM, Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, na-akpọ ndị USB niile na mpakala mba niile nke n'ụwa na-asị na anyị nwere ihe dị oke mkpa, ọgbakọ dị oke ụtọ nke a ga-eme na Washington DC na 30th of May 2025. Unu amarugo na 30th of May 2025 nwere ugwu oji ndị niile bụ ndị Biafra, ya bụ iji wee cheta the day of our heroes and the heroesses. Ndị niile bụ ndị darụ maka inwere onwe nke anyị na-azọ, ma ndị ka nọ na-ada ma ndị bi n'ime ọfịa, ma ụmụazị ya nwụrụ anwụ ndị eji ọnụ wee gbagbuo. Anyị wee na-asị na DPM na nke a omego ọzọ dịka o si eme ya site na gọọmenti United States of Biafra. A na-akpọ ụmụ Biafra niile na-ekwu n'ụbọchị ahụ na ọ bụrụ sọsọ maka you heroes and heroesses na anyị ga-eji ohere a wee mepee our first very embassy, nke bụ embassy izizi nke ndị United States of Biafra, ya nke ndị Igbo na-akpọ ụlọ nnọchi anya na Washington DC nke United States of America. Njem a ga-ebido na 3 p.m. Biafra time wee kwụsị na 10 a.m. United States time. O wee na-asị onye ọbụla bụ onye Biafra ebe ọbụla ị nọ, ihe Biafra na-adị gị mma, ịbụ oyi Biafra, ịbụ onye eziokwu na-adị mma, ịbụ onye nnwere onwe na-atọ ụtọ, ịbụ onye kwadoro ihe anyị na-eme, ka ịgba ya bụ tiketi ka ụzọ gị bụrụ na Washington DC na that 30th of May 2025 ka i wee nọnyere ụmụ Biafra, ka anyị wee nọnyere onwe anyị, ka anyị wee kwado our gọọmenti n'ihe ọma ọrụ ọma ha na-arụ iji wee fụ na anyị nwere onwe anyị site n'aka ndị omekome na ndị ogbu ara ọbara nke bịakwutere ịnara anyị wee na-asị na our DPM jikwa ohere a wee mekwe ya ka o doo anya na onye ọbụla nke na-abịa ya bụ njem marụkwa na akpa iji bịa amasị gị wee baa n'ebe a na-eme ife. Ihe o ji wee dị otu a bụ na ndị omekome akarịala. Ihe o ji wee dịkwa otu a bụ na your security is in your hands. Ebe ọbụla ị rarụrụ ụgbọala ọbụla iji wee bịa ebe ahụ ka akpa gị ga-anọ, maka na ndị sekuriti bụ ndị nchekwa ga-eji igwe wee na-eche gị arụ wee marụ na ihe ị bịara bụ ihe ị bịara, wee marụ na o nwere ihe ọbụla itinyere n'ahụ gị. Ya mere sọsọ ihe ga-eso gị wee baa na ebe a na-eme ihe bụ onwe gị na mobile phone gị, ya bụ ekwentị nke ndị Igbo kpọrọ ekwentị. Ya mere ụmụnne m, ka ihe anyị na-eche onye ọbụla gbakọwa akpa gị ka anyị wee jee wee kwado onwe anyị, wee kwado ọwa gọọmenti, wee jụọ ajụjụ ọbụla nke na-agbagwoju anya ma kwukwe ma tụkwa aro nke ga-abara anyị uru, wetakwe nkebe ego, maka na ihe anyị nọkịta bụ iji ego. Ụmụnne m ndị Biafra, ndị na-eme ihe siri ike, ka anyị jeenụ ka anyị kwado onwe anyị, ka anyị jeenụ ka anyị kwado gọọmenti anyị, ka anyị jeenụ ka anyị tụọrụ Chukwu okike ọbịa ma mma maka o weze anyị ekpere. USB, peace, unity, progress and equity.
Thank you for your patience and listening. It is all about our Heroes Day on the 30th. And the Peace Summit is going to take place on the 30th. Again, the opening of our diplomatic mission in Washington, D.C., where everything is happening. Very, very important. We are no longer going to be sitting on the sideline or talking only on the social media. We are going to the top, to the peak, where everything is happening. And it's going to be very, very great on the 30th. If you have not gotten your ticket yet, I don't know what you are waiting for. Please go and get your own ticket. And those who already got their tickets, remember, you will not come into the hall with any bag. Don't bring any bag along with you. No bag will be allowed for security reasons. For security reasons, no bag will be allowed. You have had it and had it clear. It doesn't matter how small or tiny the bag is. Come in with only your phone, only your cell phone. Keep your bag in your hotel or in your car. No bag will be allowed in the area for security reasons. This is the procedure. Don't say you are not warned. Don't say you are not told. If you bring any bag, it will be trashed. It doesn't matter how expensive that bag is. It doesn't matter how important it is for you. Once you bring any bag to that very event ground, it will be trashed. So don't say you are not told. Wherever you are watching, pay attention and listen carefully so that you can be able to follow instructions. And I bet you very soon we will all go back home in happiness. My sister Ojugo, are you still there? If my sister Ojugo is there, unmute yourself and let's hear from you. I think either she's having a network problem or she's not on seat. And whenever our sister Ojugo is on seat, we are eager to hear from her and have her own contribution this morning. She was one of the first people that joined me on the program. So I don't know what transpired. I think she is not on seat. So whenever our sister Ojugo is on seat, we allow her to speak to us. And meanwhile, we are going to go into other sections of the program. Remember the topic of today. It's easy to dodge our responsibility, but we cannot dodge the consequence of dodging our responsibility. It is easy for you to dodge your responsibility, but the consequence of dodging your responsibility, you can't run away from it. You cannot dodge it. So while you are dodging your responsibility to protect the Biafra land, to make your contribution, to fund the United States of Biafra, the consequence of dodging it, you can't dodge that. The consequence is heavy. The Fulani Janjaweed are already taking over the land. The invasion of the terrorists has continued to happen. The only way we can safeguard and secure our place is by us rising up in numbers and do what we have to do. Remember, the DSS chief have told us that we should not hope on the army or the police to protect us. We ourselves know that these are a bunch of terrorists, repentant Boko Haram members. There's no way they can protect you. The DSS man have said it. The former chief of army staff, Danjuma, have said it, that the military is colluding with the terrorists. And if we don't do anything, that we will all die. We don't want to die. If you don't want to die, which is the consequence of dodging your responsibility, that's, you can't help it. Prayer cannot save you. The only thing that can save you today is to take responsibility. And as for the Western world that have continued to sponsor terrorism against Biafrans, the consequence of that, they can't escape it. Today, France is reaping the seed it has sowed, and it will continue to reap. Their grip, colonial grip on Africa, is gone. It doesn't matter how they cry, how they try. It has gone. And the more you continue to support atrocities against the Biafran people, against Africans, the consequence will be heavy. The backlash will be heavy. The earlier you take off your hand from the people and allow them to manage themselves, grow in their own space, use their own resources and build themselves, that is the more you have peace. And if you continue to destabilize African countries, destabilization will be your portion. You will never have peace. You would never. It doesn't matter how you try to pretend, you will never have peace. So everyone should know that it is easy to dodge our responsibility, but we cannot dodge the consequence of dodging our responsibility. Always have that at the back of your mind. So whenever you take your action, whenever you begin to fight your brother, whenever you begin to stand as a stumbling block, whenever you begin to pretend to be sleeping, remember that the consequence of that your pretense is heavy. Those who are today pretending not to know that there is only one government, the United States of Biafra. There is only one government, not two. Only one government, the United States of Biafra. And they continue to pretend to push, lie, and blackmail to make people feel as if there is a parallel government. They know it is a lie, there's no parallel government, but yet they push that very narrative. The consequence of that, you can't dodge it. It doesn't matter how smart you think you are, you can't dodge it. Those who are pretending to be sleeping, you don't know who is right and who is wrong. You don't know who to support. You are not in the A, you're not in the A, you're not in the B. You are still on the fence. The consequence of sitting on the fence, you can't dodge it. You are dodging your responsibility. The more you continue to dodge your responsibility, the consequences will come. And when the consequence comes, you will not dodge it. You cannot dodge it. This being said, I want us to listen to this message from our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, where he broke everything into pieces. For some of you who don't understand why we are doing what we are doing today, you don't understand why Dr. Ngozi Oravweze, the Deputy Prime Minister, is standing where she's standing today. You do not understand why Deputy Prime Minister insisting on standing with the Biafran people to declare Biafra on the 29th of November 2024. Why we continue to confess Biafra every day, why we say it is either Biafra or death. Why the Biafran people are taking the responsibility of protecting their life and properties. If you don't understand why the United States of Biafra is the only way, I want you to listen to this message from our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. Let us listen to it.
Asking, did you say Biafra will come in 2023? Biafra has been restored already. What is remaining is a complete declaration that will be defended. And before that happens, there are many things that we need to put in place. I want you to recount the achievement of the Biafra Republic government in exile under the leadership of Simon Ekpa, what we have achieved in 2023, and ask yourself that question again, and you will look very stupid. We have been able to form government in exile in 2023. In 2023, we have formed the de facto government. In 2023, we have launched Biafra Liberation Army. In 2023, we launched Biafra Navy, we launched Biafra Air Force, we launched the forces of Biafra. In 2023, we adopted Helsinki Declaration, which is the constitution of Biafra. In 2023, we had a convention in Finland where Biafra people gathered from all over the world as delegates to vote on the Biafra Charter, which is a living document subjected to amendment. In 2023, we have created 40 states of Biafra. And believe me, many more states will come because we are not done yet. In 2023,
I want you to pay attention to this map. This was a message that was delivered by our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, on Twitter Space while he was with us. Did you see this map? This is the original map that we have. But today, the people that are pretending to be sleeping, they brought a new map where they created different regions. I have shared that very video, and many of you here must have seen it when our Deputy Prime Minister shared it. They are pushing a different map instead of the original map that we know. This is the map that we know, but they are pushing a different. Let me see if I can be able to flash the map they are pushing instead of the map of Biafra, which we have known. They are sharing a different map. So let me see if I can be able to find that very map and show it. I think let me see if I can find it so that Biafrans can see, because there are so many things that are going on. People who are pretending that there is a parallel government when there is not. They are committing so many crimes, creating so many confusions for Biafrans, trying to destroy what Master Simon Ekpa has put in place. But we will not allow that to happen. That is why we are here, revealing all those lies. All those lies, we expose them. I'm trying to see if I can be able to find that very map. There is a map that they are sharing. They are sharing a fake map that does not belong to Biafra. A map that they called it regional map. They call different kinds of regions, and they created for themselves many, many regions, which they created.
Fellow Biafrans, we have to stop the program here so that we can prepare for the fundraising. The fundraising will start in a few minutes. So because of the fundraising, we are going to stop the program here. Please join us on the fundraising. We are going to switch over to the fundraising. We are going to switch over to the fundraising. By special grace of Chukwu Kabiam, by tomorrow, we're going to complete this program. So let us switch over to the fundraising so that we can go and raise the fund. Today is Saturday, remember, it's a general fundraising. So wherever you are watching from, let us switch over to the fundraising. Don't go away. Let's switch over so that we can continue from the fundraising. Tomorrow we will complete the message. Thank you so much, fellow Biafrans, and let's go and do it together the best way we have always been doing it. Don't go away.
Stand together, fight for freedom now. No surrender. This day is more than just an opening. It is a call for peace and reconciliation. Join us at the first ever Biafra Peace Summit, where the past and present voices for Biafra independence come together. No segregation, no division, just one people with one purpose, an occasion to voice our differences, resolve them, and stand stronger as one people. May 30th is also our separate Biafra Heroes Remembrance Day, when we honor the brave souls of men and women who fought and children who fell from the genocidal war of 1967 to 1970, where over 3 million Biafrans lost their lives. The day we honor those unjustly imprisoned and killed before the war, during the war, and presently. simply for being Biafrans. We salute our past and present leaders, from the vision of Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu to the resilience of Philip Effiong, the fearless dedication of Nnamdi Kanu, and the unwavering courage of Simon Ekpa Odogu, who have carried the torch of our struggle. Their sacrifices and leadership lights our paths forward. As we all know, for far too long, we've endured suffering at the hands of our enemies and division from within. This summit is power-packed to heal those wounds, to uproot seeds of discord planted among us, and to unite Biafrans across tribes, regions, religions, and political view. Together, we are unstoppable. Be part of history. Join us on May 30th, 2025 at the United States of Biafra headquarters in Washington, D.C. A day of unity, remembrance, and renewal. Biafra rises as one strong nation, bolder together. Venue, 11726 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest Washington, D.C. Time, 3 p.m. Biafra time and 10 a.m. Washington time. 30th of May 2025, a united Biafra. Our time is now. This message is proudly sponsored by the Office of the United States of Biafra Deputy Prime Minister, Her Excellency Dr. Ngozi Orabweze, and the Biafra Information, Telecommunication and Postal Service. My name is Marvelous Chukwubikem Arinze.
We face many things, we don't fall. Them took Nnamdi Kanu, but we stand tall. Simon Ekpa, them catch we still they strong. We go rise higher, no place for wrong. We no go